Hello and welcome to Penang, my new home, and you're watching a series of videos created to help people who are planning to move to Penang, whether to work or to retire, get to know Penang for the purpose of staying here, of finding the right place, the right neighborhood to choose for your new home in Penang. We have covered several neighborhoods so far, and today in this video we are going to cover Tanjung Bungah. So before we go into the details, the data, I just want to give you a quick introduction of Tanjung Bungah. The name Tanjung Bungah means Cape of Flowers, and as with many places in Penang, there is a huge variety of ways that it is spelled. Sometimes Tanjung is spelled with O, T-A-N-J-O-N-G, and sometimes it's spelled with U, T-A-N-J-U-N-G. The word bunga as a noun is usually B-U-N-G-A, but as a proper noun in the word Tanjung Bungah, it is usually commonly spelled with a H. So Tanjung Bungah will come with different spelling. The spelling that I use on the Penang Travel Tips website is the one with an O in Tanjung and H in Bunga. So that is the how I would spell it over here. Tanjung Bungah is the neighborhood or suburb that is to the immediate north or west from Tanjung Tokong. In my preceding video, I have covered Tanjung Tokong, and now Tanjung Bungah is slightly further away. And Tanjung Bungah is also a choice neighborhood among those who are planning to stay in Penang, especially foreign expatriates as well as foreign retirees. So if what I have just mentioned means yourself, yes, this is one of the places where those people will come to Penang to stay. And why do they want to stay there? Because it is close to the sea, and also because there is already an established expat community. So with an already expat community, you get to make friends with other expats who are living here in Penang. Whereas if you go to some other neighborhoods such as Ayer Itam, you are going to be surrounded by mostly the locals. So it's up to you whether you want to stay with the locals or with the mostly expats. Having said that, we also have to look at property prices, because if you are coming here as a foreigner, there is a minimum price for properties that you can buy. It doesn't cover rental. If you want to rent in Penang, you can rent just about anywhere. But if you want to buy in Penang, then you have to pay at least 1 million ringgit for a stratified property, that is to say an apartment or condominium, or 3 million ringgit for a landed property. So those are prices that you need to consider if you are coming to stay in Penang and you want to buy. So now, Tanjung Bungah, in my video on Tanjung Tokong, I mentioned that there are two main roads, access road to Tanjung Tokong. For Tanjung Bungah, it's the same. We also have two main roads, and the main road for Tanjung Bungah is Jalan Tanjung Bungah, which is the continuation of Jalan Tanjung Tokong. And if you compare with Jalan Tanjung Tokong, I would say that Jalan Tanjung Bungah is wider and the traffic is not as heavy as at Jalan Tanjung Tokong. However, the roads also tend to have bottlenecks. Sometimes it's wider and sometimes it's narrower, and I just don't understand why the authorities keep the road that way. But it is so. So for me, that is a negative point with regards to the roads in Penang. The roads in Penang, in my opinion, needs improvement, but that is something which is slightly outside our control. But what I can do is just to point it out to you. So the first road is the main road, Jalan Tanjung Bungah. The other road that can reach Tanjung Bungah is the Vale of Tam Road, or Jalan Lembah Permai. This is a winding road that goes through the forested area, and it continues from the Mount Erskine Road. Yeah, if you are going to Tanjung Tokong, you will take the Mount Erskine Road, but to go to Tanjung Bungah, you will continue from the Mount Erskine Road onwards to the Vale of Tam Road. So we have only 2 roads to reach Tanjung Bungah, and sometimes both roads can get either congested, or if there is a fallen tree after a storm, then there is a possibility of getting isolated in Tanjung Bungah. But the main road is much less likely to get congested or blocked, which is Jalan Tanjung Bungah. And those are the 2 main roads to go there. And now we are going to head on over to the Penang Travel Tips website to look at an intro on Tanjung Bungah, because it's very useful for you to find out what are all the things that we have over there. We are now at the Tanjung Bungah page of Penang Travel Tips, and this is where you can get all the information on Tanjung Bungah. And to go to this web page, I'm going to put the link here so that it's easy for you to come straight over to this page. And so this over here you have information on Tanjung Bungah that you can find out. So this is an introduction on Tanjung Bungah, followed by a map of Tanjung Bungah that shows all the places. The green ones are sites which you can click on and click here to get the details of the site. Whereas the red ones are the roads. So you can also click there and then get details of the road. And it will appear on the left side here. And you just need to click in to get more details of that particular road. Yeah, so that's all the information about Tanjung Bungah, the road there. And over here are the residential properties. Over here, I lumped together the apartments as well as the condominiums. And it's all listed out in alphabetical order with the GPS map coordinates. So you can just key this in to your Google Maps or Waze or GPS, and then click go, and it will navigate you right to that particular property. So for example, for this particular property, Sky Homes, just click in and you will have all the information on Sky Home over here. The facilities, location, public transport, amenities, and traffic situation at Sky Home property. So all the properties, almost all the properties in residential properties in Tanjung Bungah are listed here in alphabetical order, and next to it is the GPS map coordinates. So all you need to do to go there, to be navigated there on your Google Maps or Waze, is to key this number, type the number into your Google Maps or Waze, and then click go, and your Google Maps or Waze will take you to that particular property. The roads in Tanjung Bungah are also described here, all these roads. So if you want to know about the road, then just click in and you'll have the information on the road over there with a specific map of the road as well as shown here. Also, there's the markets in Tanjung Bungah, the eateries in Tanjung Bungah, the schools in Tanjung Bungah. There are 3 international schools, namely Dalat International School, Prince of Wales Island International Primary School, and Tenby International School. There are also the public clinic in Tanjung Bungah, colleges in Tanjung Bungah, places of worship in Tanjung Bungah, hotels in Tanjung Bungah, parks in Tanjung Bungah, and sites, and so on. So all the information that you may want to have at your fingertips to consider Tanjung Bungah as a possible place for you to stay in Penang is all here on the Penang Travel Tips website, and it is updated by myself. So all the information is here. And next is we are going to look at prices of properties for sale and for rent in Tanjung Bungah, and for that we are going to head on over to the iProperty site. We are now in our iProperty website, and over here we are going to look at prices of properties for sale and for rent in 3 categories. Firstly, it's the apartments, followed by the condominiums, and then terrace houses. And to look for properties in these categories, we need to know how to spell them on iProperty. So to spell Tanjung Bungah in iProperty, the spelling is Bunguh, Tanjung Bungah. not J-O-N-G, but J-U-N-G. So that is the spelling that is used here. And I'm going to look for apartments and flats. And we are going to do a search. And I will sort by lowest price first. So the lowest price for any apartment or flat in Tanjung Bungah will start at 100,000. Uda flat in, but it says here Tanjung Tokong. So again, Tanjung Tokong and Tanjung Bungah are contiguous. That is to say, they overlap. So you would often find properties that is specific to Tanjung Tokong being listed in the Tanjung Bungah page. But for something that is specifically Tanjung Bungah, I would say is Permai Jaya at 278,000. Okay. This one is in Uda flat is actually in Tanjung Tokong. So I'm not going to look at those in Tanjung Tokong. We have considered Tanjung Tokong in its own video. So for Tanjung Bungah, it starts at 278, 290. So Permai Jaya would be the lowest price that you can get for a flat or apartment in Tanjung Tokong. Tanjung Bungah, sorry. And on the other end of the scale, the highest price for an apartment would be Bayshore apartment. Bayshore is going for 900,000, 1,335 square feet, which comes up to 674 ringgit per square foot. It has 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and 1 car park lot. Again, Bayshore. So Bayshore is anchoring the higher end of the property scale for apartments in Tanjung Bungah. So after Bayshore, there is Tanjung Indah at 650, Tanjung Indah. And then Menara Asas is going for 620 ringgit, 620,000 ringgit. Built up area 1,094 square feet, which gives us 566 ringgit per square foot. 3 bedroom, 2 bathroom, and 2 car park lots. So those are the prices of apartments and flats in Tanjung Bungah. Next, we move on to condominiums and service residences. On the lower end first, on the lower end, we have Azuria at 240,000 and you can get a condominium there, 689 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathroom and 1 car park lot. And it's only 348 ringgit per square foot. So Azuria would be the lowest for condominiums in Tanjung Bungah. Followed by Permai Ria at 293, which is actually very, very low price for Penang. But this, we have to understand, is this is Tanjung Bungah and is regarded as a condominium. Now let's look at the other end of the scale. The highest price is One Tanjung is fetching 15.5 million for this huge 19,024 square feet apartment condominium, which is still 814 ringgit per square foot. And yeah, this is a penthouse. It has 5 plus 2 bedrooms. So 5 bedrooms plus 2 rooms, utility rooms that can be converted into bedrooms, plus 8 bathrooms and 12 car park lots. So these are massive units at One Tanjung. So all the main units at One Tanjung, all this from Bilite at 15.5 million ringgit. Are they the same? I'm not quite sure. So this one is okay, this is surely different. So this one has 10 bedrooms, this one has 5 plus 2 bedrooms. Following One Tanjung is The Cove at 12.8 million and 12.5 million. At 11,800 square feet. These are really huge units. These are all penthouse. Let's move past the penthouse and look at regular units. These are still penthouse. So there you can see here there are many penthouse units in Tanjung Bungah. So we are looking at such massive units. we are already on the second page, 25,500 square feet. Goodness. And now going down, at a more manageable size, 9,500 square feet, which is still huge, still 1,000 is 7.5 million ringgit. So those are the higher end for the condominiums in Tanjung Bungah. And finally, let's look at the terrace and terrace houses, link houses, and townhouses, starting from the lowest price. So if you are looking for townhouses, of course, usually the townhouses will be cheaper than the terrace houses because townhouses are really apartments. Apartments, maybe low-rise apartments where one is stacked above the other, so they are called townhouses in Malaysia. So for townhouses, the price starts at 420,000. Let's move past the townhouses and look at a proper terrace house. So these are all of those which are at the lowest price are all townhouses. So when you see townhouses, regard it almost as apartments. Okay, the first proper terrace house is an intermediate unit at Jalan Bungah Bakawali. It's going for 650,000 ringgit. It has a built-up area of 1,153 square feet, which comes out to 563 ringgit per square foot. So 650,000 would be the lowest for landed property in Tanjung Bungah. And on the upper end of the scale is, let's see. Okay, these are all terrace houses also, but this is 5,896 square feet and is on the market at 6.3 million ringgit, which comes up to 1,068 ringgit per square foot. And another one at 4 million, another one for 4 million, 4 million, 3.8 million, 3.8 million, and so on. So this looks a lot like those not in Tanjung Bungah. Based on the pictures, these are in Tanjung Tokong. These are at Bandar Seri Tanjung Pinang in Tanjung Tokong. But this one is 3 stories terrace in Tanjung Bungah, 2.85 million, 4,500 square feet of built-up area. So odd, it has only 1 bedroom. The whole thing has 1 bedroom and 7 bathroom and 5 car park lots. I wonder who would stay in a place that has only 1 bedroom but 7 bathroom. Do you have to clean yourself so much? I'm not quite sure. If you're interested in this one, then you can go and check out the agent to find out more about this particular rather strange property to me. Okay, so this is the price of the landed properties. And now, having seen the prices of properties for sale, let's continue on for the prices of properties for rent in Tanjung Bungah. So let's go back to here, and then we are going to now go for rental, and not Tanjung Tokong but Tanjung Bungah. And for rental, and once again, we are going to start with apartments and flats. And we are going to go with the lowest price. So if you are going to rent in Tanjung Bungah and you are looking for the lowest price for apartments and flat is 1,000 ringgit. So 1,000 ringgit will give you Permai Jaya, or 1,100 ringgit. So this will give you an idea on the lower end. On the upper end is 2,000 ringgit Bayshore. You can get Bayshore at 2,000 ringgit, 1,300 square feet with hopefully the view that you see here. 4 bedrooms, 2 bathroom and 1 car park lots. Bayshore again at 1,800 ringgit in Tanjung Bungah. So those are the prices for rent of apartments or flats in Tanjung Bungah. Next is the price of condominiums and service residence for rent. And we are going to start with lowest again. So Azuria is going for 800 ringgit per month, 700 square feet, which comes out to 1 ringgit and 14 cents per square foot, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and 1 car park lot. Tiara View, 1,000 ringgit. So it's almost the same as apartments. The rental for apartments and condominiums on the lower end of the scale is more or less the same. So about 1,000 ringgit. On the upper end, I'm sure it's going to be very different. So let's go to the upper end for condominiums. Infinity. And again, this is incorrect. Infinity, are you going to rent it for 4.2 million per month? I doubt so. So I don't think so. These are all placed in the wrong place. We are going for rental, for rent, not for sale. So I'm not sure why the property agents put all this here. They are going to shock those people who are renting. So a legit listing for rent in Tanjung Bungah at the upper end would be Infinity also, but 15,000 ringgit. Yeah, this is a rental price, not this. This would be the rental price. Fully furnished, 6+1 bedrooms, 8 bathrooms, and 3 car park lots. 8,917 square feet, built up fully furnished, and it comes to 1 ringgit 68 cent per square foot. So still at Infinity, so you will see that Infinity anchors the upper end of the rental market in Tanjung Bungah. 14,500 ringgit per month, 14,000 per month, 14,000. So Alilatu that has one property asking for 14,000 ringgit also. Look at the built-up area. This one is 8,900 square feet on the beachfront. This one is 5,789 square feet on the hills. So if you want something by the beach, this is something that you can consider. If you want something at the hills, this is something that you can consider. 5+1 bedrooms, 6 bathrooms, 3 car park lots. And then it goes down. Next, we look at terrace houses for rental. Terrace, link, and townhouses for rental, and we start with the lowest price first. So at the lower end, there's a townhouse, and once again, at the lower end, we'll see townhouses because townhouses are like apartments. So 1,000 ringgit, you can get a townhouse unit at Pearl Hill. But because I consider townhouses as apartment, I'm going to go on to an actual terrace house. So an actual terrace house, the lowest price that you can get for rent in Tanjung Bungah is single story terrace, 1,000 square feet in built up area, fully furnished, 1,800 ringgit. The same 1,800 ringgit, fully furnished. So at the lower end of the scale, it starts at 1,800 ringgit, and then it jumps to 2,500 ringgit, 2,800 ringgit, and so on. At the upper end of the scale, a 2-story terrace house is going for 7,000 ringgit. It has a built-up area of 5,896 square feet, which comes to 1 ringgit 19 cent per square foot. This one looks a lot like Seri Tanjung Pinang. Yes, it's Seri Tanjung Pinang, but Seri Tanjung Pinang I regard as part of Tanjung Tokong, so I'm going to skip over this. This one I'm not sure where in the world in Tanjung Bungah, but it says 5,600 per month, 3,200 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, and 2 car park lots. In Permai Garden, 3 stories, terrace link, 3,800 square feet, 6 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms, going for 5,600 ringgit per month, which is 1 ringgit 47 cent per square foot. So there we have it, the price of property for sale and for rent in Tanjung Bungah. And now we are going to move on to bricks to look at the price of transacted properties, that is to say, properties that have been sold in Tanjung Bungah. And now we are at bricks to look at the price of properties that have been transacted in Tanjung Bungah. So having reached bricks, so I'm going to put the link for bricks here so that it's easy for you to go there. And you look for, after you have chosen Penang, look for Tanjung Bungah. Okay, and so the price of properties in Tanjung Bungah between July of 2023 to April of 2024 is all shown here. Okay, so these are all different places. You can filter them by the type of buildings. Like for example, I'm going to start with apartments. There are 5 results over here. Okay, let's click here for apartments. These 5 are considered the apartments, and what we have here are the median price. So median means the center point, whereas just now when we were at iProperty, I look at the highest and the lowest. But over here in bricks, we are looking at the center point. That means if there are 5, then there will be 2 above this and 2 below this. And you can expect that the median point here for, let's say, Menara Asas is 550,000 ringgit. So these are apartments. As for condominiums, there are 14 results here for this period of time. And the median price. One thing about bricks is that these are all not arranged in any particular order. So you can see all the different properties here. Let's say, for example, in one Tanjung, the median price is at least 3.42 million ringgit. So that is the median price, but there's only 2 transactions. And here we get the median price per square foot for those properties. Let's look at one that has Azuria, for example, that has 9 transactions. So you can click to go in to look at the 9 transactions over there. And this is the information on the 9 transactions and the date of SPA, Sales and Purchase Agreement. So the signing of the Sales and Purchase Agreement would seal the deal for that property transaction. So that is for condominium. And for terrace houses, let's look at the price of terrace house. There are 7 results to look at, and here we are. In the price of apartments and condominiums, there is the price of that particular condominium or apartment, whereas for terrace houses and for landed properties, it will give you the land, the road itself. So on Jalan Sungai Kelian, for example, there are 2 transactions and the median price is 950,000 ringgit. If I go in and have a look, so one is above and one is below. So the middle point in between these 2 will be what we saw just now, 950,000 ringgit. And this is the median price per square foot for Jalan Sungai Kelian. And so for different places, there's going to be different prices for Tanjung Bungah. So this covers the price of properties for that has been transacted in Tanjung Bungah. I hope that this will give you a good idea when you consider whether Tanjung Bungah is a right fit for you when you move over from other places to live in Penang. So there we are, our coverage of Tanjung Bungah as a possible place for you to consider if you are moving to live in Penang. So is Tanjung Bungah a place that you will consider for your new home in Penang? Well, that's up to you to decide. But if you have further questions, feel free to put it in the comment section down below and I will try to answer them for you. And in the subsequent videos, we'll cover other places in Penang. And once we are done with that, then I'm going to go through all the properties in Penang, and there's going to be plenty to cover. So thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to Penang My New Home for more videos of properties and places in Penang from the perspective of people who are planning to move over to Penang, whether to work here or whether to retire here. Thanks so much for watching. This is Timothy signing off now, and I'll be seeing you again in my next video.